Good evening and welcome to Tetrakey TV. My name is Mark Hopkins and this is number 89 of 260 free performance coaching sessions that we are offering you this year. Rob is not with us tonight. He is somewhere between South Africa and Seattle, but he'll be joining you tomorrow night, as I'll be on the hockey pitch tomorrow night, and then we'll be doing another one on Friday. Please check out our book, Accelerating Your Business Performance. The link is in the subscription here of what we're talking about tonight. And our next book is going to be launched, I think, the 1st of July. So that will be our third book we've done this year. Rob and I have agreed on the title, but we will keep that under wraps for the time being. So tonight we are talking about what are you measuring. I had an early start this morning and I spent 5 hours with a client where we got all the execs together in the room. It's a new business unit that's been created, and it was a real fascinating conversation where we spent what we thought was going to be a half an hour conversation on just finalising the KPIs and the descriptors and the metrics, because we've done quite a lot of work on it previously, and we were going to move on to unpacking what are the objectives and the initiatives that we're going to be focusing on that's going to deliver those KPIs, but actually turned into a 5-hour discussion and debate about really what are we measuring and why. So I would just like to talk a little bit more about that, and I'd like you to think about in your business and also in your personal life, what do you measure? Now, some of us will measure output. We'll define our output as a success criteria that we're working towards. In a sales environment, most of us will have a sales target, and that sales target will span from the 1st of January and it will span to the 31st of December. Now, for those of us who've been in sales or are in sales, when that clock strikes midnight, part of us is elated that we welcome in a new year. The other part of us is completely deflated because all our hard work last year is irrelevant because our targets have gone back to zero. So you've got to think about what you're measuring. I think there's a measurement at the moment people are talking about is mindfulness. They're measuring the amount of time they're spending in peace and quiet contemplation. People are talking about happiness as a measurement, which I find quite a difficult one to measure in terms of how happy you are or how unhappy you are. I think it's a difficult measure. But I'd like to think about in your business, what are the measurements you're doing? Are the measurements output measurements? Are they input measurements? And I think you've got to have a balance and a mixture of the both. The output is a reward of the work that you've done, and a lot of organisations, it's what people are paid upon. You have to hit this sales target in order to get a bonus. But we all know that the output targets are purely a manifestation of what you put into the funnel. So everyone talks about with data, everyone talks about crap in, crap out. If you put rubbish data, you're going to get rubbish reports out, which is actually meaningless. So you've got to have quality input to get quality output. You've also got to think about what are the labels that you want to apply around what you're measuring, because these labels actually drive behaviour. So if you say the word sales and you have a big target and people interpret that as sales at all costs, you hustle for sales, it's irrelevant about the quality of the business that you're actually selling. It's purely about getting the sales in. Now, in the short term, that might be driving a behaviour which is sales at all costs, which would be good for top line. However, the quality of the business is so poor that it falls off the business so quickly. So your actually profitability is negative because your cost of acquisition, the cost of actually selling and the effort that you're putting into selling is so high that the return, you don't have that business on the books long enough in order to generate any profit or any returns. So all you're doing is an outlay of acquisition costs. So it's critical that you think about in your business, what are the key metrics? And again, people do they can build metrics around the people, process, system, financial metrics, customer metrics, system metrics, process metrics, operating model metrics, sustainability metrics. The labels that you can use are endless. But I just challenge you to really understand your business. One of the concepts that I talk time and time again to clients is know your business to grow your business. You need to know what you need to measure in order to take your business where you want it to go. So if it is sales, really understand what are the levers within sales that you want to drive that's going to ensure that the behaviours that you put into the sales force meeting the long-term aspirations of your business. If it's an operating kind of concept, then what does that mean? Does it mean that you have the right capabilities and competencies in your business that whatever happens, your business is going to be sustainable? If it's financial metrics, is it around cost? Is it around profitability? Is it about the margins? Is it around product mix? Really be really clear in terms of what it is that your business is striving for, and really be focused on the key metrics. Now, the final thing I want to say is it's all well and good doing this work and understanding what you are measuring, but then you do need to build a performance scorecard or a performance governance structure into your business that allows you to track milestones. We need to be here by the end of Q1, because if we don't get to this number by the end of Q1, it makes us hitting our year target almost impossible. So you need to know very quickly at end of week 1, are you on track to hitting Q1? So you do in your business need to really be clear in terms of how you're tracking progress against the measures that you decide. So there is some thoughts for you to go and look at your business critically. Go and re-look in terms of your current criteria that you're using to measure success for your business, and ask yourself, is this driving the right behaviours in my business? Is this ensuring that my business is growing in the direction I want it to grow? Is it ensuring that my business is going to be around in 3 years' time because I'm really driving the right activities that's going to create sustainable growth? Once you've understood that, sense check it, challenge it, and then build a performance measurement tool around it. So those are some ideas for you to think about. I hope you have had a fantastic day, and you will have a fantastic next 24 hours. For myself, I wish you a great night, and Rob will be with you tomorrow from sunny Seattle. So I'll speak to you on Friday. Have a good few days. Bye-bye.